Did you know that Microsoft Edge used to be called Spartan in the early days? Later on, Spartan would be officially known as Microsoft Edge, which was the successor of Internet Explorer. The same Edge is now giving a tough competition to the tech giant Google Chrome in the browser war. Buckle up your seatbelts, because today we are going to explore the immense internet world and study in detail about the browser war to find out why Microsoft Edge will surely overtake Google Chrome. But first, let's talk about how Chrome started and how it took over the internet. Google's then brand new browser Chrome made its debut with a beta version on September 2008. At the time of the launch, Google even released a comic strip to explain why they made a new browser. During that period, Microsoft Internet Explorer was leading the browser industry with more than 60% of the market share. So why did Google make a completely new browser from scratch? According to them, the browser experience was completely out of date. Back in 2008, when the apps were just emerging, the web pages were still how most people interacted with online services. To Google, the browser wasn't just a means of viewing web pages, it was made to be an overall internet experience. Still, the web pages were changing rapidly at the time. But on the other hand, Internet Explorer had not done much to change itself. Google saw this as an opportunity to beat Microsoft. Google then hired a strong team of prominent developers like Darren Fisher, Pam Green, and Brian Reiner, who were actually poached from Netscape, Firefox, and other big companies. They just had one job: build a brand new browser from ground zero. Since they were starting from scratch, they had one crucial advantage over the competition. While the developers in Internet Explorer and Firefox had to adapt their browsers to the diverse and rapidly changing range of tasks and applications, Google could simply focus on building up the tools without worrying about the past technology. Chrome used sandboxing techniques for the tabs, which means the environment of the tabs were isolated from each other. This created a very stable browsing experience, as the tabs were very less likely to crash. It also made the individual processes faster, so multiple processes could be run concurrently. The thing is, Google wasn't messing around. It was rethinking the entire concept of the browser from the ground up, searching for the most difficult core problems with browser technology and aiming to solve these problems more efficiently than anyone else. And guess what? It succeeded. Google made browsing a dream. By December 2010, Google launched the Chrome Web Store, through which the users could browse and install extensions, plugins, and themes from thousands of independent developers. Honestly, it just kept getting better and better for Chrome from here. The thing is, Google retained its users by keeping them inside the Google ecosystem, just like Apple does. Google kept on adding every possible feature and product. The browser, Chrome. The search engine, the map, the lens, the translate, and whatnot. The list goes on and on. By 2014, Chrome had accounted for roughly 40% of the browser market, a 155% increase in just 5 years. This year, Google launched its first Chrome mobile app. It kept on crushing the milestones, and by 2019, Chrome had almost 70% of the market share. In just 10 years, Chrome single-handedly reimagined what browsers could be and became the most popular web browser in the world. Chrome was at its peak. What could possibly go wrong from here? But Microsoft had another idea. You see, the thing is, despite a couple of minor ones, Google itself did not make any major mistakes. By now, the Google Chrome was starting to get heavy, and by heavy, we mean really heavy. It consumed a lot of resources and was also infamously referred as RAM killer. The browser also froze occasionally. People were really tired of this. Another important event not to be forgotten: Google surprised everyone with its data harvesting disclosure. It was a genuine threat to users' privacy after everyone came to know the amount of data Google harvested. Google was totally out of step. This event is also considered a slow poison in Chrome's downfall, if there is any. Edge was created by Microsoft as a successor to Internet Explorer. Since Internet Explorer was notorious for being outdated and slow, Microsoft wanted to start fresh. Microsoft realized that it required a brand new product without the shadow of the infamous Internet Explorer, because no matter how much Microsoft would try to make the best out of the Internet Explorer, people just wouldn't like it. So the first version was dropped in July 2015. It initially got mixed feedback. Some people even claimed it to be the rebranded version of Internet Explorer. Honestly, it wasn't much of a difference. From logo to user interface, it had the Internet Explorer feel to it. Due to this, Microsoft and Edge had to face a series of backlash. But Microsoft came back stronger every time. Here, we shouldn't forget one smart move by Microsoft: shifted Edge to Chromium open source engine. This allowed Edge to install Chrome apps and extensions along with different other advantages. Edge today offers extensive features. Microsoft claims that Edge has better privacy settings as compared to Chrome. For instance, we can choose between basic security, balanced security, and strict security. All those have different norms and functionality. Unlike Chrome, they seem to be much more serious to user data privacy. Another important feature, as we talked earlier, is that we can install all the Chrome apps and extensions in Edge. It's like using Edge with all the additional features of Chrome. Isn't it amazing? Since Edge comes with fewer extensions as compared to Chrome extensions, this feature really helped Edge to not be left behind. While the Chrome was always resource hungry, Edge, on the other hand, is lightweight and uses very less resources. It feels more modern and renders pages faster. It also supports inking, the ability to write on a web page. It can also save power with performance mode and solve math problems. Edge also claims itself as the best browser for gamers, including features like performance boost, sidebar apps, built-in file transfer across devices, efficiency mode, password monitor, etc, etc. By the way, if you still miss the old school Internet Explorer, or your office has some web apps for employees that still require Internet Explorer, you don't need to worry. You can switch to a mode that mimics using Internet Explorer for legacy apps without trying to actually open that web browser. All these features make Edge no less than Chrome, in fact a bit better. So is there a possibility? Of course. See, the major reason people shifted to Chrome was that they liked the change how things were done, and at the present time, well, Edge is that change. At the time when Chrome is getting heavier and heavier, Edge is delivering a minimal yet futuristic browser. Moreover, the privacy concerns are really putting the Chrome down. Although Chrome didn't do anything wrong, as we talked earlier, it didn't do anything right either. Edge is now playing the same card Chrome played a decade earlier. Right now, everything Edge needs is a solid final step, which might be in terms of marketing or technology to take that big leap over Chrome. Some people even claim that it's Edge versus Firefox in the next era of browser war. In the meantime, you might wonder, what should we as the users be thinking? The thing is that healthy competition is always fruitful from a consumer's perspective. Besides, we can use this opportunity to take a break from Google, or even de-Googlifying our life. Because let's be honest, we all are aware that Google knows much more about us than it needs to. So what do you think? Is Edge destined to overtake Chrome? Please write down your thoughts in the comment section down below.